For 25% off your first order of RX bars, visit RX, that is rxbar.com/get-it.
I don't get it.
Podcast.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the I Don't Get It podcast. This is Naz, obviously.
This is Ashley.
And where's Lauren, Ash?
Lauren's in Bolivar, Tennessee with Jack. They had some hillbilly showdown to go to this weekend.
Wait, can you say that?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
I mean, come on now.
What? Ashley, I don't think you could say hillbilly.
That's a very light.
Is it like
That's
derogatory?
light
term?
derogatory.
Yeah, I think hillbillies call themselves
like
hillbillies,
redneck.
right?
We should probably introduce
redneck. Is that better?
No, rednecks were
It's really bad.
It's not. That's oh my god.
You guys, Bekah Martinez is on the podcast.
Yes. All right. Well,
Wait, no, but what we're
don't
saying,
get mad at me, guys.
Well, redneck's way worse.
Redneck is like
Yeah, redneck's bad.
hillbilly, redneck. I mean, it's like light derogatory. It's
Okay.
like terms for white people, so like it's fine.
Okay,
if you're talking
No,
derogatorily
it's not
about
like
white
the
people.
White people get offended too. They have feelings.
They
too.
get offended about everything, so they can settle down.
Guys, let's just this is a teaching lesson for me, so don't get mad at me. I won't use hillbilly in a bad sense again.
And also, since we're on the topic, Bekah, your last name is Martinez. So
Yeah.
are you a fellow Latin?
Yes,
I
Latina.
am a Latina, but I'm also half white, and I'm also passing for white, so I get all the privileges of being white.
Like on
with a
the
Mexican last name.
SATs, did you fill out Caucasian or Hispanic?
No.
Well,
you
that's
should've
the
put it
weird
out.
thing is on the SATs, there's a separate, maybe it's a California thing, but there's like a separate, you get to select all the ones like Pacific Islander, black, white, and then there's a specific one that says, do I identify with Hispanic or Latino?
Right.
Which is so weird. So I got to do white
You
and Hispanic.
identify with.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. It's like a separate question.
For
It's
some
like,
reason-
you know
What
what
if
I'm
I
talking
just felt like
about?
I loved Latin culture?
Ashley can-
Well,
Ashley's like,
yeah.
I say,
Which I do.
Ashley's like, I bought JLo's album today. I feel Hispanic.
No, but yeah, everybody knows.
I mean, you could
that.
pass
That's
for
like,
Hispanic.
I love it.
Yeah.
I
So-
love that culture.
You know
Me
what's
too.
It's so warm and
Well, there's
Yeah,
different
spicy.
vibrant. Yeah.
There's different kinds, guys. But what
But
was I gonna
Mexican's
say?
the best.
Yeah, there was a weird question on the SAT, and
It's like
I'm so-
separate. It's like a
yeah.
separate, cultural identification.
Maybe that's a
question.
Florida and California thing.
Maybe. Or Texas too, maybe.
Florida,
I feel like it's a
California.
close to the border thing.
close to the
Oh
border.
yeah,
thing.
because I didn't have that in Virginia.
Oh,
that makes
no.
sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
this
Did
is
you
all-
have a separate question for Native Americans there?
No.
All right, we're just getting off.
Oh wow.
We're just offending.
That's just I know. This is not a safe topic, and that's just I didn't even know why you said that, and then I was like, oh, she's thinking about Pocahontas.
No, I was thinking of
Is that in-
Virginia as being
Yeah,
like one of the.
Virginia Company.
Dun, 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 dun.
I wasn't allowed to watch Pocahontas because my mom said it was too new agey. So.
New agey.
Yeah, everyone thinks I have like these liberal granola
Yeah,
parents,
totally.
and I totally don't.
Wait,
like,
tell us everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
wanna
I
know
was
more.
homeschooled, and I come from a
You
very
were homeschooled.
How long were you homeschooled for?
K through 5th grade,
Okay.
and then half of high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went to middle school?
Yes, I went to a private school for middle school, and then I went to public school for my last 2 years of high school.
Did you like being homeschooled?
Yeah, I liked all 3 of them. They were all cool in their own way.
Was that scary
so
to go from
cool.
being homeschooled for so much to your last 2 years of high school?
No, actually, I did that on purpose because I wanted to do my first 2 years homeschooled so I could get all my units done. And then my last 2 years of high school, I just got to fuck around and go to prom and have fun.
Was your
fun.
sister homeschooled too? I know you have a younger
Yeah,
sister.
we all kind of just got. We could decide when we wanted to go to regular school and when we wanted to be homeschooled. So we all bounced around a lot.
What? This
'Cause
sounds so cool.
Yeah.
So who was your teacher? Your mom?
my
or your
mom.
dad? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in high school, I would take online classes and stuff because my mom didn't know how to teach me chemistry.
Right.
And,
We've
and
talked about that before.
geometry and stuff. So
Yeah.
there was online curriculums.
Oh, that's
So hard. I'm
interesting.
always concerned that I'm going to end up not knowing anything when my kids need help with their homework in high school.
Yeah.
I know.
Like,
I'm
if
sorry.
they
This
bring
is way too
the
hard
internet-
for me.
If they bring home fractions, I'm fucked.
I mean, the thing is, though,
The
the thing is just having somebody try to figure something out with you, one-on-one, is way more than you get in a public school setting normally. So
Yeah.
I completely agree.
That's
it's
probably
personal
true.
training.
Yeah.
You don't
exactly.
learn, and kids now, they're on their phones. And They
Right.
don't learn anything. It's insane.
That's probably
But
true.
speaking of you not being able to watch Pocahontas, I just want to quickly
Ashley, we have to talk about.
I want to revisit the book, honestly.
Yeah, we should actually.
Wait, why is
revisit
it so new age?
Why is it new
Because
age?
she like talked to the trees and stuff, and my
Grandmother
mom was like,
Willow?
Yeah, my mom was not into it.
So were you allowed to like watch any of that? Because like,
no, we
the
weren't allowed to
genie-
watch Harry Potter.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to watch Scooby Doo.
Wait, why Scooby Doo?
I don't know, because they're
the
like
demons
ghosts
and
on demons and
monsters?
ghosts. I don't know, but at the same time, we were taught that like demons and stuff are real. So,
So are you religious?
no, not really.
Is your family religious?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
But I
religion?
definitely, I mean, it's been difficult to step away. It's like my family's whole identity, you know, like that's the way my family relates to each other. They're Christian. It's like, you know, I grew up the whole time living in my parents' house, like reading the Bible every morning and like going to church literally every Sunday, volunteering at the church. So it's like very much a part of my family identity.
I have so many similarities with you, I feel like, just in general, because my parents are like so Catholic.
Yeah.
And it like makes me annoyed because now I go home, I'm 27, and my mom's like, we need to go to church. And like, whatever, I believe in a God. I'm not like super religious.
Sure.
But it's like, I'm an adult now. Like, I don't have to go with you guys.
Well,
do you know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, if I want to sleep in, I
Right.
don't know. That's just how I
Right.
feel about
No, I
it.
get
but
that.
it's so like who they are and like what they do all the time.
Right. Well, it's just hard because my mom, I mean, it was recently where I was like, you know, my mom would be like, so how's your walk with God? And I'd be like, like, I don't know.
Jesus is my homeboy.
So, I mean, it's just hard because I don't want to disappoint my parents, but at the same time, it's like, I got to live my own life.
So
gotta
that
do
begs
your
the
own thing.
question: what did your parents think of you doing The Bachelor?
Well, they hated The Bachelor,
Yeah.
but they were just they kind of just like rolled their eyes and were like, okay, Becca, I know we can't stop you.
So your mom actually calling the police on you makes so much more sense.
Well,
to me now.
that actually, God, that's a whole other story. But I didn't give the full story on the
Yeah,
missing
I
person
remember
thing.
hearing.
Yeah,
What was the full
What
story?
is the
Just
full-
for
the
our
full
listeners,
story was basically,
sorry,
like-
I know you've told this a zillion
No,
times.
yeah,
now,
I'll give
sure.
the short version, but basically, like, I had a crazy friend with me on the farm. She got really mad at me, and she was the only person who had cell service, and I had been communicating with my mom through her phone, and then she got kicked off the farm, and when she did, she, like, told my mom that, she had to leave the farm because the owners were meth heads with knives.
Oh my God.
And so basically my mom was like, oh, do you have another number I can contact Bekah at? And she was like, nope, sorry. So my mom thought I was getting held hostage by meth heads with knives. So it kind of makes
That's
sense. that she would
horrifying.
any good
Yeah.
mother would report me
Yeah.
missing. So
Good moms.
Yeah, I mean, if you told that on like ABC primetime, it'd be a little weird.
it was,
Yeah.
Good Morning
Yeah, it
America.
wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah, so
so
that's
funny.
why.
Wait, so how is your life now? Like after the show, like are you still nannying? Like how's your
Yeah.
life changed since the show?
Well, I'm still nannying 3 days a week. It's just hard. I have to take a lot of time off there's a lot of traveling going on and like a lot of interviews and filming stuff still.
do you love it?
you know,
or
you,
are
you
like,
think
blah?
it's gonna, you think it's gonna slow down.
No, it's
but
only
it never
it's only
does.
ramping up. I
Yeah.
can tell. The nice thing is that the mom works from home, so she can like stay with
that's
them when.
good.
Yeah, so it's like pretty flexible. But I don't think I can keep doing it for much longer. There's just too much going on.
Yeah.
And-
Does that bum you out? Like, is it something you love and enjoy, or are you kind of like ready for the next step in life?
I was kind of ready to move on from it even before going on the show. I've been nannying full time. This is the first time I've been nannying part time in a while, but I was nannying full time for 4 or 5 years. And it's just really hard. You get attached to families, then you have to move on or the kids have to move on to daycare or whatever for various reasons. And it can just be really like emotionally upheaving to be, like I was before I went on The Bachelor, I was with a little girl from when she was 6 weeks old to when she was 18 months old. And then she transitioned to daycare. And it's like, I mean, I was with her since she was basicly a newborn,
Yeah.
5 days a week. Like,
Why would they want to transition to daycare at 18 months if they have you?
I don't. They just wanted her to be in daycare.
Interesting.
Yeah. Some people are really into like think socializing.
yeah.
is really
Also, like your
important.
kids should play with like
I
other
just
kids
feel like-
and stuff.
I feel like they'd be safer with you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, but they'd have more fun probably and play.
Yeah, probably.
sure.
Okay, let's hold on a sec because I really want to tell you guys about something new when it comes to shopping. It's called Leteau. There is nothing more exciting than being able to try on a trend that I really love, but it may or may not work for my body type or style, So thanks to Leteau, I can try new things without the risk.
So true. And what I love about Leteau is that I don't have to deal with aggressive, unhelpful salespeople who just never seem to get what I need or like what style I'm going for. And there's nothing worse than buying something hideous and unflattering because I'm in a rush to get out of the store.
Leteau is like an all-access fashion pass with style experts. You can rent your looks for one low monthly fee. They style your tote, but you have full control of what goes into your box, and you can swap out items that fit your schedule. Like, they have great selections of workwear, weekend wear, and everything in between, so you can look great no matter what the occasion.
Like I told you guys, we are obsessed with this service. I got clothes I would have never worn otherwise, and I feel so confident pulled together, and I love trying new brands and styles. So all you guys have to do is go to letote.com, that's LETOTE.com, to get started for as low as $39 a month. Enter our promo code GETIT, GETIT, at checkout to get 50% off your first month. And once you sign up, you'll receive your completely customized tote within days. Choose between one or unlimited totes a month and just wear what you want and return everything in the mail when you're done. It's that easy. Enter our code GETIT, GETIT, and feel fabulous with fashion delivered right to your door. All right, let's get back to business now.
I had this massive question for you about the show, and now I forget it.
About The Bachelor?
Yeah. But I don't know what it is anymore.
What was it?
What was it?
I
Was
don't
it
know.
related
it
to
rolled
Ari
off
or
of
something?
the religion thing?
Oh. Was it a sex thing or
Was
like
it that Ari was religious?
No.
Ari was not religious?
Right.
No,
So-
not at all. Ari was the only bachelor who even brushed the topic really. Oh, except for Sean Lowe. And he's
No, Ben Higgins.
Yeah.
Oh,
what?
yeah,
I feel
okay,
like
well,
most bachelor
yeah,
people.
most
my
bachelors
bad.
are
I guess what I meant by
Christian.
that is that he was obvious about not believing in anything.
Oh,
got it,
right.
got it.
Like
Okay,
it was like
yeah.
a yeah.
I'm an atheist.
Yeah,
Did he say that?
Basically, almost, because he was like, I realize that that's like an important part of you, and like,
Right.
is it okay if I don't believe that? Sort of
I just want to say to everyone
kinda
listening,
dope.
like, you can be whatever you want, and we don't care. Like, we
Yeah.
don't take a stance on the podcast.
Right.
Like,
Right.
be whatever religion, believe whatever you want.
I would say it's pretty popular though in the bachelor world to like be more leaning to like a Christian religion. You know what I mean? Like I
Oh.
feel
No,
like
that's an interesting
there's a
take.
lot of themes that people don't realize, and I think I've mentioned it on the podcast before, and I think I may have mentioned it to Bekah. Did you know that
Which Becca?
Bekah?
Becca Martinez.
So just like roughly an estimate, and just like my own little brain, over the past
yeah,
like
this was
5 or
interesting.
6 years, where it's just been like I've been really like prevalent and not just watching it and then being on it.
Right.
It seems like 75 to 80% of people in the top 10 have parents who are still married.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we've talked
I
about
thought that
this
was
with
really
Jay
interesting.
J.
And I think
Yeah.
you're right.
No, we've talked about it in life. Maybe.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
I think we did bring it up one
Maybe.
time.
Well,
But isn't
even
it
just
so
going,
insane?
I'm just thinking of my
Yeah,
season.
go through your
okay,
season.
So I'll just go down
Top
from
10.
the top. So Lauren, parents still married. Becca, parents still married. Kendall, parents still married. Tia, parents still married. My parents still married. Cien's parents still married. Jacqueline's parents still. Wow.
You guys, that's
a lot.
nuts.
That is insane.
There's
Top
so
7,
really
we're all
lucky.
married.
To all of you guys out there who are still in school and need to like write a pop culture thesis, like
Yeah.
this is your thesis.
Seriously.
It's
That's really so interesting.
Really interesting.
But it might correlate just with the show in general because, like, the whole
Being a
show,
hopeless romantic.
Well, the whole
Yeah.
show's premise is about like marriages forever.
I remember my question.
That kind of thing,
Yeah.
you know? And so that would make sense. Like, if you grew up in a family where your parents' marriage did last, you probably have a higher chance of believing in marriage.
Oh,
You know, a
totally.
lot of my friends whose parents are divorced are like, I don't want to get married. I don't believe in that works, you know, et cetera.
And yeah, maybe that's why there's like a lot of marriages too we're seeing on Paradise, because like people are finding like-minded people
Right.
who both believe
That's
and
true.
want that in
That's
life.
true.
Wait, what was your question? About
Yeah, okay. So if you grew up in a religious household, I know that you've been a huge fan of the show. If your mom didn't let you watch Harry Potter, but she let you watch The Bachelor.
No, I used to like sneak it at my friend's house. I'm actually one of my friends from church whose parents were more like liberal with her TV and movie watching. And I would go over to her house. And I remember the first time I watched Ali season, Ali Fidalski
Alec was
season.
my first season.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I watched
that's
that at her
so
house
funny.
and I was like obsessed. I was like, it was Roberto.
Roberta
Yeah.
was so hot.
No, do you guys remember the guy that just left when he had like a boot on his leg? He had like a cast on his leg.
I don't really
And
remember
he left
that.
the show and was like jumping over like bushes and stuff.
When did
to
you
leave
start
the show.
watching?
Juan Pablo is like my icon.
Okay.
I was
that's
like,
like
this
not
is-
that's like not very much before
was-
you started working on the
Here's
show.
the thing. I would watch here and there, but not like a whole season throughout.
Yeah.
Like actually the first time I really got in it was Jake Pavelka's season. I was in Zeta Tau Alpha at UCF in a sorority, and we'd all watch it because Vienna was from the sorority house next to us.
Oh, that's right.
So that's how we got into it. But I didn't like watch from episode 1 to like the last one until Juan Pablo's season.
I skipped around. I didn't watch Juan Pablo's season, for instance.
Juan
which
Pablo's
everyone
season is my favorite
Dude,
season.
everyone
it was
says I
one
would
of
love
my.
it.
It was one of my favorite.
And I was like,
Bachelor
I have to
seasons.
work on the show. It's
because it
amazing.
was so juicy because he was such a train wreck to watch, and not in an Ari sense, but in like a wow, this guy gives zero fucks what he looks
That's
like.
what I've heard, and like I think I would love it.
I just love
like,
the
he sounds.
travel
He sounds
on it.
iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see him at the iHeart Awards?
Yes, I
How
did.
weird was that? I saw him
I
on the
know.
red carpet. He was like floating around. I have no idea what he was doing there, and I was like, "Hi," and then he like looked at me, and then I was like, "I don't even know if he knows who I am," and I was like, "Hey," and then like I went over and gave him a hug real quick, and that was it. But
That's so funny. Yeah, no, CN's like, is that Juan Pablo?
Yeah.
And I started cracking up.
it was the first time I ever saw him or met him.
So funny.
Yeah, I met him at the Hollywood Roosevelt, and he's like married now. Like with the
Yeah,
family and
he's married
stuff.
to Miss Venezuela, which is what he should have done all this
Oh my
time.
God, I never
So
knew
on
that.
brand.
Wait,
So on brand.
That's
It's so
amazing.
great.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
It's so funny.
He truly does seem like he gives no fucks, which
No,
I just
yeah.
adore.
I
Yeah.
love people that give no fucks. I feel like you're a little like that.
Yeah, I'd say
a little.
you're pretty much there.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, you're pretty there.
As far as bachelor
No, but I
standards
think
go.
you care like about
Oh,
things.
well, that's the thing. I care
Yeah.
about people. I don't always care. I care a lot about people's opinions, but not when they're idiots.
right.
So there's a lot of idiotic opinions that come your way after the show, and those are like just the funny
Right.
ones and the funny people to fuck around with. It's like,
If you're a person with a mouth, it's likely that you don't brush your teeth for a full 2 minutes, change your brush on time, or brush twice a day. Quip gets that, so they've designed a perfect electronic toothbrush combining dentistry and design to make a better electric toothbrush.
Quip is the new electronic toothbrush that packs just the right amount of vibrations into a slimmer design at the fraction of the cost of bulkier traditional electric toothbrushes. I love this. Quip also comes with a wireless mount that suctions right to your mirror and unsticks to use as a cover for hygienic travel wherever, whenever.
And because the thing that cleans your mouth should also be clean, Quip's subscription plan refreshes your brush on a dentist recommended schedule, delivering new brush heads every 3 months for just $5, including free shipping worldwide. Quip is backed by a network of over 10,000 dental professionals, including dentists, hygienists, and dental students. And I'm sure they're all really hot. Most toothbrushes don't get named one of Time Magazine's best inventions of the year, but Quip did, and find out for yourself why. Quip starts at just $25, and if you go to getquip.com/getit, GETIT, right now, you'll get your first refill pack free with a Quip electronic toothbrush. That's your first refill pack free at getquip.com/getit, GETIT, and it's spelled GETQUIP.com/getit.
Let's like, even though it's on the race topic, I got a unbelievable tweet yesterday, and this is just an example of what Becca is talking about. Somebody said, you always talk about romantic comedies not being around, but have you seen the Big Sick, which Naz loved and I felt very mediocre on. I go, it's not the kind of vibe that I wanted from a chick flick. Like, it's too real life, not whimsical enough.
It was a real story.
It's different.
Yeah,
I
that's
would call it a
valid.
romance. I would call it a comedy,
Right.
but I call it a traditional romantic
you like
comedy.
fantasy. You like fantasy
yeah.
like
romance.
50 First Dates.
Exactly.
Like, where it's
Yeah.
like, that's not.
Yeah, it's a
gonna
dark
happen.
romantic comedy.
I like those.
She likes those. It's fine. It's not like I dislike them. I will watch them.
Right,
It's
they're
just-
not your favorite.
I'm not going to press yes on
Sure.
it when it's on like
Sure.
the cable.
Right.
So to that simple tweet as if it wasn't whimsical enough for me, somebody goes, "Is that because it wasn't two white people?" And I go, what?
Like, it has nothing to do with the other.
What?
Yeah.
No, it's because there was a girl dying the entire movie. I could not believe that she
That's
just came
not
up with
fun
that.
and
No.
fantastical.
And it's like based on a true story.
Yeah.
I think that person, I mean, the thing with rom-coms is they're predominantly like white cast.
That's true.
So that's the issue. The only two rom-coms that aren't are Wedding Planner, which is your favorite with Jennifer Lopez.
Well, there's any Jennifer Lopez one.
Well, that's pretty much like the one.
Well, then there's Made in Manhattan, and then there's the
that's
one
right.
where she
Made in
had the
Manhattan.
twins with out of
Which one's that one?
wedlock. That's the one.
Oh yeah, with Ben Affleck.
No, that's Jersey Girl, which is
that
also
is another one. Yeah,
and then there's another
get it
one
twisted.
that came out like 2011 where she like has in vitro.
Yes, you're right.
Oh, what?
But aside from that one,
Aside from those four,
but that's like
and
4
the
out of,
upcoming
like,
one with
And
Milo
also, like,
Ventimiglia.
it's J-Lo, you know?
Yeah.
So.
no, but Milo's not like.
No, the one with Milo coming out.
Wait, what's
who's the one with Milo?
J-Lo has a chick flick coming out with Milo.
Oh no,
Who's Milo?
It's going to
Milo Ventimiglia is our
Natty.
number
That
one
is.
celebrity crush.
He
Becca.
has favorited 2 of my tweets in the past month.
Who is that?
He's literally the guy. He's the dad in This Is Us. He's like the hottest, most amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. This is us. But everyone keeps referencing that.
You need
too.
to watch that movie.
You know,
It's like you're
I'm
out of pop
busy.
culture. You know, you're kind of like left out.
Well,
if you don't
guys,
watch
I
it.
watched what's the gay one?
Queer Eye.
Well, no, I do watch Queer Eye.
damn.
No, the people are gonna hate on
so
me for this.
excited.
I'm like, what's the gay romantic movie? But I mean, come on, we don't get that many
Oh, Love
mainstream.
Right
Simon.
now, pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
No,
Oh, Love
frickin-
Simon.
No.
Oh, which she was at the Grove yesterday when I was at the Grove.
No, I
but
saw
we didn't see each
Annihilation.
other.
It was dope.
Oh,
Yeah?
I want to see that.
It was
Gina Rodriguez.
It
Natalie
was
Portman.
nuts.
Yeah. Wait, what I wanted to say was, do you guys know
Call
what
Me
the
by Your
most
Name.
grossing?
Call Me
oh,
By-
Call Me
I
By Your
haven't seen
Name.
it, but I do
Dude,
want to see
it was wild. I also realized watching it, I was
Armie
like,
Hammer.
oh, I've never seen men cuddling in a movie before, which
heard
just
that.
goes to show how like we are really behind on the times with our
We're
mainstream
so fucking
movies.
behind. What I was gonna say is the main. Do you guys know what the most grossing romantic comedy is? I think I've talked to you
Brokeback
about
Mountain.
This.
No,
That's not a
well, my
romantic
Big Fat
comedy.
Greek Wedding was number
Yeah,
one.
it's my
for,
Big Fat
yeah.
Greek Wedding.
Oh, is
and
it
I
really?
think it has to do with it not being like all white cast.
That's
I
true.
feel like
I
that's a
forgot.
part
Oh,
of
it's very
it.
cultural.
Right.
Yeah, I love the fact that
It's so good.
they have that component to
Yeah.
it. It's so funny.
It's a huge
because
component of
also like not only do Greeks relate to it, but like a lot of Middle Easterns and a
Right,
lot
just
of like,
ethnic families like
Greek.
Spanish.
I mean
people.
Greek,
Yeah.
Italian, yeah,
Yeah.
Spanish.
Because there's so many quirks that come with being from
Being
like,
not
from
American.
a cultural
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Did your parents do any weird things like growing up?
No, well, so
Like
no, my dad.
traditions or, like,
No,
weird stuff?
my dad's actually really not sentimental at all, and so he like just honestly doesn't give a fuck about his Mexican heritage, which sounds bad, but like it's not. And I know some Hispanic families where like the parents are like, no, now you're American, like we're leaving that behind.
Yeah.
My dad's not even doing it consciously. He's just like, oh, I'm living today. Like, don't remember what I did
was
yesterday.
he born in Mexico? Mm-mm. Oh, okay, so he's second
born in the US.
generation.
Yeah. But my grandparents, I mean, they didn't even speak English. My grandpa didn't become a citizen until like after I was born. My grandpa came over with the Bracero program, which was like a farm worker program. And then he just stayed. And then my grandma came over and joined him. And
How did your parents meet?
Yeah, we love stories like this.
oh,
Oh wait, you told me.
Did I?
I can't really
She
like
told us-
technically
she told
share
us,
it.
Ashley, and she can't share.
I
it.
can't
Yeah,
really
why
share
do I
it
remember her? Oh,
Because
because
we go
it's
on
super
FaceTime.
scandalous.
Yeah, it's a great story. Too bad we can't share it, guys.
Yeah, my mom and dad would kill me, but it's really good.
It's good. If
darn
you guys
it.
ever meet Becca in person, you can ask her
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
But it's not for broadcast. Wait, so do you watch Queer Eye though? Because I'm obsessed.
Yeah,
with Queer
my
Eye.
sister's obsessed with it. I watched a couple episodes, which, by the way, I'm like casually seeing this guy right now, and
Is this
someone
the dream guy you were telling me about? You're like, my dream man.
maybe might be a different one.
Okay.
Really?
I like meet a dream man every week, but this guy.
Oh, so you're the
but-
kind
but
of girl
also,
who does
like,
You're
that?
like us.
But also, like, a lot of times I'm talking about
not
people
like
that have absolutely no interest in me and don't know I'm on the face of the planet. I'll be like, oh, it's my husband. But, like, this guy I'm actually seeing. Like,
Okay,
he
okay.
actually
She
likes me.
amazing.
He actually likes, it's like a mutual thing.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
great.
me just being googly-eyed from afar.
Right.
No, but somebody put on Queer Eye the other day, and he immediately goes, I've already seen this episode. Can we watch a different one?
Oh my
and
god,
I was like,
dream husband. You guys,
Okay.
episode 4 of Queer Eye fucked me up. Have
I
you
don't
seen
remember
it?
episode 4.
Oh my God.
I watched a lot of them just like in passing. I
Right.
really sat down for one.
Which one was that one?
I mean, I watched them all like in the background, you know.
Right.
The
Which
first
is the-
one is the one with the cute little
Yeah.
like he's not a grandpa, but he's a grandpa.
older guy,
He's a grandpa
yeah.
with the beard.
and he's marrying
Now
Abby
he
now.
is. Now he's back with his ex-wife.
It's
Wow.
so amazing.
It's so
I've only
cute.
watched a couple here and there.
Okay, so what's hilarious is we're like obviously obsessed with the show, and Lauren, who's not here, is like obsessed. And so in the same week, which is so freaking weird.
So weird. It was like within 2 days.
I told my friend Sinead, who I host with at Clever, and she was like hosting something for E! News for the Oscars. And she texts me, and I'm like at a restaurant, and she's like, "Are you the one that's like obsessed with Queer Eye?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then the hostess was like, all right, guys, we're like ready to go seat at our table. And she FaceTimes me and I open it and she's next to Tan.
No
and
way.
I scream and I ran and my friends were like, what are you doing? Like the waitress was like, what the fuck? Like I'm walking you to the table. And I was like, I was dying and I was like FaceTiming with him and he was telling me like how Elton John stopped him on the street. And like they are so massive now. Cause I was like, you're so big now. I love your fashion. So I had like word vomit and I'm like, I can't believe Bon Jovi stopped you. He's like, actually Elton John stopped me.
That is insane.
You guys, this reboot of the show is like huge.
But like, you know, the old guys, they like really launched careers from that show too.
I never saw the old
Yeah, I
one.
didn't either.
Is it
You
good?
guys,
I didn't even know it
existed
existed until like last month.
No
My sister put me
way. Oh
onto
my
it.
gosh. We used to watch it every single week. Like
need
it
to
was our
watch.
weekly Bravo show.
Whoa.
So it was so
Oh,
cool.
it's from Bravo.
Yeah, it was,
Did
it was
Netflix
on
reboot
Bravo.
it?
Yeah,
Netflix rebooted it. It was called Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, and now it's just Queer Eye. But then Ashley tell
So it's too
everyone
weird.
what
So I was at
happened.
an Oscar party and Jonathan, I see him like over, I was like, is that the guy from Queer Eye? Because like, you know how when you see somebody in real life, you're like, you know,
Right.
they
Yeah.
look a little
Right.
different.
Yeah.
And I also was like, should I say anything? Because like, what if it's not him? And then like immediately he like darts to me and goes, oh my God, Ashley, I love you. Like, I'm so happy for you. I just like watched everything unfold on like the Winter Games and like my friend's going to lose her mind when she finds out. Can we FaceTime her?
That's amazing.
And I'm like, no
That's
way. And I was like,
amazing.
I was just going to come up to you and fangirl. It is so cool.
I love
Such a
how
good
he always
moment.
says, "Can you believe?" And like,
yeah,
I just
believe?
know. It's like,
I
yes,
know.
doing that most. I
Yeah.
fucking love him.
When he talks about the products, I die.
He's so funny.
I have to interrupt for just 1 minute to talk about one of our favorite, especially Naz's favorite, RX Bar. RX Bar is a whole food protein bar, which means that the bars are made with 100% whole ingredients, and they are very transparent with their customers up front. So they label the core ingredients like egg whites, dates, nuts right on the front of the package. They come in 11 delicious varieties. I personally love the coffee chocolate one. Oh, it is so good. It's chewy. You know it's healthy, but it doesn't taste like a health bar. And then the Naz, she loves the apple cinnamon. It is freaking, I have to say that's probably my second favorite. I mean, who doesn't like apple cinnamon flavored things? It just reminds you of fall and being cozy. And even though we are entering to spring, sometimes your taste buds like all that apple cinnamon pumpkin flavored stuff. So for 25% off your first order of RX bars, visit RX, that is rxbar.com/getit. Enter our promo code, which is GETIT, at checkout, and you'll get 25% off. All right, guys, let's go back to the show.
Becca, were you Backstreet Boys or Team NSYNC?
I don't like talking
growing up?
about
Oh,
this. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it either because I get insecure because my mom wouldn't let me listen to pop music when I was a kid.
no
So I didn't have
way.
Backstreet Boys or
Okay.
NSYNC.
So-
Well,
I
I was just
had
gonna say you could
Christian
say the
music.
story.
I had
Yeah. Christian music's pretty awesome.
Actually,
though.
there was
is
some
really
there was some
good.
pretty good Christian music.
Yeah.
Reliant K, I grew up.
I remember
on.
Reliant K.
Do you
That was my
still
first
listen
CD. Yeah, if I'm like having a really bad day, I'm like, I need some God to pick me up right now.
I love that.
Like, and I will call upon the waves. I'm like, yes, in my car, worshiping.
You're like, Lord, steady my hand.
I land on that Christian channel sometimes. I'm going through the country stations and
is
I'm like,
so
it's
happy.
good. I like it.
It's just like really, they're
Yeah.
always just going. For
I don't
it.
understand how one song hasn't become like mainstream from it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
they
There
have.
has.
They have. You just don't even know.
Yeah.
Like Switchfoot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That it's
Switchfoot's all about God. And like,
Dare you to me?
yeah, but it's like really, you think it's about a girl.
Yeah, no.
So that's
I didn't know that was
Lauren's,
about God.
Lauren's caveat with Christian music is she's like, I really like this, but I'm imagining myself with a guy during this song,
Right,
not God.
right. I remember a pastor made that joke. He was like, is it Christian music if you can like apply it to your boyfriend or like your girlfriend? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
God is love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Okay,
that's
yeah. So I don't like
funny.
talking about NSYNC versus Backstreet because Naz and I get in heated arguments.
No, I was
and
just
it's not-
gonna
Well,
bring
so
it.
which
talk
one
about
are
that.
you guys?
Well, I'm
NSYNC,
Backstreet Boys.
it's
She's
just-
NSYNC.
yeah.
But I was just
But it
going to
doesn't
bring up
mean that
who
I
you
don't love
met.
them. Yeah, okay. So
I
should we
wasn't
talk
going to
about
bring
this?
up that.
I think we should talk about this, even though a lot of people saw my Instagram.
Well,
I'll make it
obviously,
brief.
I think it makes sense because we just talked about you meeting Jonathan.
Okay, so we were at my little birthday dinner, and then my sister, who had to leave early to go to a DJing gig for her boyfriend, ends up being like, okay, Lance is the organizer of this party. That
yes, I saw this on your Insta.
Jack is
Lance
DJing.
Bass.
And then he's like, he went up to Jack and gave him instructions for DJing, like what songs he wanted. And I was like, oh my God, how do we get out of this? How do we get out of my own birthday dinner? We got to go see Lance Bass.
Yeah.
So
We're like, bye,
eventually we just like skedaddled out of there. I brought a couple of friends, and then we get in there. I'm all nervous, like looking for Lance, like waiting, preparing myself to fangirl. And all of a sudden, we're in the same room as him. I'm like waiting carefully, like I'm pretending as if I'm not staring him down. I'm like talking to my friends. And then he comes up to me.
Oh, wow.
And
Another moment.
And he goes, oh, hello. Oh, hey there. And I'm like, oh my God. And I go,
You're laughing. I love it.
I go, hi. Did my sister tell you that I was coming? Because I was like, how does he know me? Like, is this like because my sister's standing next to me and my sister said something like she's a huge fan?
Right.
No. He goes, I love you. Like, I've been watching you and I'm so glad that you finally like found your person and that like it finally happened for you. And I was like, well, first off, we're not together anymore. But, and I was like, we went over like so many things. I oddly had so many things to talk to him about. I showed him pictures of my old room and when I met Joey last year. And then I like live across from Emmanuel Shrieky, who he did On the Line with. I just went on and on and on. And he was so nice, like everything you want your teen idol to be. Anyway, so I just thought it was the coolest
that's
thing.
great.
And now he follows me on Instagram.
Oh my God, that's great.
He follows me on Instagram.
That's
That's like
amazing.
Ashley's like claim to fame.
That's so cool.
The next time somebody goes, what's your biggest accomplishment in life? I'm gonna be like, Lance Bass follows me.
Okay, so
I was just going to ask, have you had any moments like that since after being on
yes.
this show?
Also, I just want to say I was talking to somebody the other day about Lance Bass, and they're like, I'm surprised there's not an EDM DJ called Lance Bass, which I think is so funny.
That's awesome.
I thought that was so good.
Someone's going to come out with that like tomorrow
Lance
on
Bass.
Spotify.
I thought it was
That's
so
amazing.
But yeah, actually, when me and Kendall were in New York, we got stopped on the street by this like middle-aged, like the 60-something-year-old black man, and he's just like, Kendall, Bekah, which is just such a funny thing. Like you always expect it to be like the sorority 19-year-old like white girls.
Wait, who's this?
Just like some guy on the street in New York.
Yeah.
It's like hilarious. The people that do recognize you from the show when you least expect it, like some Hispanic construction worker stopped me the other day and was like, "Oh, you're from the show," which is
But
great.
that's what's so good is this show. It's about love, so it transcends all races and ages.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
The average age of someone that watches The Bachelor is 51. Actually,
Yeah, and I know my friend's little sister is like 8 and loves watching it. And her mom lets her. But anyway, so this guy stops us, and then we figure out after he asked to take a picture with us that he wrote the screenplay for Precious.
No
like,
way.
I mean, like he's serious. Like he wrote the screenplay for Precious. It's Jeff. His name's Jeffrey something.
Is it Jeff Daniels?
I can't remember, but
I don't want to sound like an idiot.
so
But anyway,
cool.
let me
No,
look it
isn't
up.
that like Oprah's friend?
Probably. Wait, I'm gonna look him up right now. But he's like, can I please get your email?
No, Jeff Daniels is another actor.
No, his name's Jeff.
Jeff Daniels is a white
with
actor,
a G
yeah.
though. Jeffrey. Let's see, Precious.
This is so funny. What was your reaction?
Well, it was funny because he was just like, "Oh, I'm blah blah blah," and then me and Kendall looked up his name later, and we're like, "Oh my god, oh Jeffrey Fletcher is his name."
Okay.
Anyway, but award-winning screenplay writer, and he's like, "Can I get your email to send you these photos?" I'm like, yes.
No
so
way, that's awesome.
So there's always fun
so
things
cool.
like that. Yeah.
I love
or Steven Spielberg's daughter DM'd me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wow, that's
way.
cool.
What'd you say?
She had written a little song, like her little post bachelor recap. She was like writing a song, and she mentioned me in it, and I was like, I love this, and she was like, ha ha ha.
That's cool.
Shut the fuck up.
So have there been any celebrity tweeters who have tweeted at you? And Jimmy Kimmel talked to us about that.
Yes, Bekah.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel was cool.
He's like,
She was there with Milo. She was there with Milo, and
Becca.
she didn't know who he was, so she didn't
are you
care.
serious? Yeah, but
Yes,
now
remember
she
I
does.
asked you that at Women Tell All. I was like, "How was Milo yesterday?" And she's like, "I don't know who that is." I was like, "You were at Jimmy Kimmel with
Wait,
him."
I need to see a
Becca's like,
picture.
Ashley, get
Who
out
this
of here
is.
with
I
your
don't know who
elderly
this is.
celebrity.
I crushed. She's like, "No."
Milo, what's his last
fucking
name?
23 and living
Ventimiglia.
her fucking best life.
Well, I mean, okay. Oh, how old is he?
40.
Well, that's not that much older than Ari, so
I know,
whatever.
it's literally making me joke.
He's kind of
Do you
attractive.
think he's hot?
No, it's like all about his person. Like he's hot, but like
Yeah,
it's
his
all about his
personality. I
personality
totally
that
get
makes
that.
him like the person that we worship.
I totally get that. I don't think I've ever dated anybody like conventionally attractive necessarily. I just love their personalities.
I really want to take a second and tell you guys about my new obsession, Beachbody On Demand. Beachbody On Demand is an easy-to-use streaming service that gives you instant access to hundreds of super effective workouts that you can do right from the comfort of your own living room. Get up and get motivated by celebrity super trainers you know, like Shaun T, Shailene Johnson, and Tony Horton. This program literally offers tons of effective workouts for all fitness levels, ranging from bodybuilding to weight training to cardio and yoga, even dance workouts.
And with workouts as short as 10 minutes that don't require extra equipment, you can literally work out anywhere, anytime with your computer, smartphone, or smart TV. Join the over 1 million people currently utilizing Beachbody On Demand, and now our listeners can try it absolutely free. I just recently tried P90X, you guys, and I really love it. It's so good. Like after I feel so sore and I'm like, I really worked out today and I can really see my body transforming. So I really want you guys to try this new service because it just really works and it's so convenient, especially if you have a busy lifestyle. Right now, our listeners can get a special free trial membership when you text GET IT, GETIT, to 303030. You'll get full access to this entire platform for free. All the workouts, the nutrition information, and support totally free, you guys. Again, all you have to do is text GET IT, GETIT, to 303030. All right, let's get back to the podcast. So, Bex, can you tell us a little bit about your dating life now, or you kind of want to like keep it private?
Well, you know, who knows? You might be seeing me splashing around on a beach a couple months from now.
It's just
looking for
it's
love.
not
Very true.
fun to keep it private.
I know. I don't like keeping anything private.
I can't. I just can't either. You know what people do? They like private shame, or like public shame you. Like if they're like, "Oh, I'm a real private person." You know, like they think they're better than you because they're private.
They're
people.
like, "Do you really want to be putting this on the internet?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah."
yeah. I'm like, I really
want
don't care.
everyone to know.
You really want to relate to all of America?
Yes, I do.
I would love to do that.
Well, and also it's just like I've realized there is literally not one thing about myself I haven't told at least one person. I was trying to think about it the other day.
Secrets.
I know,
I don't have
same.
any secrets.
Same, but isn't it crazy to think, because we're the three type of people that like can't even.
Yeah.
Like it's like I've literally tried, you guys. Like there's been days where I'm like, Naz, don't tell anyone about this. Like it's fine. Let's keep it on your own.
I know.
Let's find out what the guy texts back. Like let's just
totally.
let's do this on your own. Within 10 minutes, I'm like, Ashley. And I'm like, wow, I can't even fucking keep a secret to myself. So I don't know how.
so fun. Me neither.
How are there people in the
I
world
totally
that have
relate.
like deepest, darkest secrets?
I don't know. I can't.
Or that keep their love life private.
Oh, how?
But you know
don't
what?
know.
I respect that.
This
I
is
respect
also-
celebrities that do it because
no.
I think it's the only way that you'll last.
Do I
really
respect?
do.
Absolutely. Do I know how?
No.
No, because the second that somebody tweets something that I think I like and they're like on like you know, they know what they're talking about, I'm like, this person gets me. I'm like, even though if like it shouldn't be like public, I still have to be like
Right.
like I have to be like, you're right.
Yes, you have to publicly acknowledge them. I so get that.
I know.
Also,
How the
it's like
fuck is Taylor Swift like keeping Joe Allen under wraps?
No,
Like,
but
the
that's
biggest
because
mystery of,
Taylor
like-
has been so public in the past.
and it hasn't worked out.
This
And
is
it
her
hasn't worked
PR
out.
person being like, they're like literally not giving her passwords to her social media. Probably.
I know.
You
She's
can't
like, must
post
be
about-
cryptic.
Apparently, she like leaves the house, like gets in a car that like drives on the tarmac, gets in a private plane
I
that
know.
drops her off in London right next to his house.
I
So it's like
know.
no one ever sees her.
My good friend used to be her backup singer for a few years.
Oh, wow.
We love Taylor.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
whatever.
so can you tell us about a guy? Or?
Oh yeah, so yeah.
I mean, are
I'm
you
seeing
like
this-
trying to date seriously now?
Yeah,
or
like,
no?
is it a good timing?
See, this is, you know, this is
You
the
might
thing.
find your husband on a beach in Mexico.
Yike. The thing is I always say like I'm gonna be single right now. Like it'd be good for me to be single. And then within
Naz
2
and I
weeks
have
I'm
never
like
said this.
I'm in love. Like I found my husband. I'm gonna get married to him. That's like me all the time. I just love
Yeah,
love. I can't
know.
help it. I always have a boyfriend.
Here's
But
the
it
thing,
sounds
I'm
like you
always-
fall fast.
Yeah.
Sorry, Naz. What
No,
were you
it's
going to
okay.
say?
No.
Here's the thing. I just like tend to find someone's good qualities and like kind of fixate on them and elevate them. And I'm
Oh,
like, this
that's
person's
nice.
perfect for me. But
I think that's what we all do is we fall in love with
it's
the idea
I'm
of
a
someone.
romantic. I'm
Yeah.
such a romantic. I am. I love love. But yeah, this guy really is pretty great. That's what I say every time. Like, I mean, I always do date great guys, but so this guy. Actually, he was dating one of my other friends last year, and I was like, girl, he is hot. How do you find guys like this? He's in my climbing friend circle.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like I
go
rock
climbing?
climb. Yeah, and I have a
Remember
whole
her intro package?
I have a whole climbing group of friends.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Where do
yeah.
you climb in LA?
In Culver City at a gym, and then
Isn't there one downtown, Bex? Too?
yeah, it's the same. Well, there's a bunch of them, but there's a chain. There's a Touchstone chain.
I wanna go to
a
that
plug
one.
Touchstone. There's LA Boulders, Hollywood Boulders, Cliffs of Id, Culver City. Anyway, and then we climb outdoors on the weekends and stuff together.
God,
I
you're
was
so
just
fucking
in.
cool. I like can't even sit next to you. It's like annoying.
I was just
know.
in.
First of all,
Red
wait,
Rocks.
Ashley and I should pause. Like when you came on the show, we were like, this fucking Audrey Hepburn lookalike, stunning,
Okay,
young, amazing,
No, yeah.
wonderful woman.
We were like,
in
well,
a
I
so
trade faces with
supportive-
her. I trade faces.
Yeah, we were like girl
That's like
crushing.
the ultimate, you know?
Yeah, I know. That actually
It's
is
like,
pretty good. Wow,
a girl
thanks.
can be like so pretty, and you'd be like, she's so pretty. It's like, but would you trade faces? And you're like, probably not.
Wow, I love
Yeah.
that.
because you like your own face, but like
Right.
we want your face.
I'm
back.
trying to think if there's anyone on my season I would trade faces with. Probably not.
Would you trade faces with anyone in life?
Good question.
This is a really bad question. We should
It
be
really
like,
is
No, I've always wanted to be.
no,
con-
this is bad.
I've always wanted to be conventionally hot because I've always been like cute,
Yeah.
and pretty, but not
Yeah.
like hot.
Wait, you brought up a great point. Do you guys hate it or love it when guys call you cute? I hate it.
well,
It depends the context.
because I want to be called hot, but then I'm like, do guys even call girls hot? I feel like they do behind your back, but not like to your face.
you're
Right,
so hot
that's
is like in the
true.
heat at the moment.
like right, like who
Yeah.
says, "Oh, you're so hot"?
but when
Yeah.
guys say, "Oh, you're
I
so
say-
cute," I feel like they're talking down to me. Is that weird?
well, if
Well-
they say like, "Oh, you're so cute," and pat you on the head,
That's
like a little
they'll
bunny or
say
something.
you're
Get
so
back
cute if
in
you
here.
say something. They're not going to just call your face cute.
I feel like I get called cute a lot, and like I don't think I'm into it.
Well-
I'm like, is this?
I have
like,
so much to say on this topic.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot.
All right,
No, I was just
I
gonna say, well,
found a
it's two
golden
different
nugget.
things. If someone says like, "Oh, you're so cute," that's demeaning. If someone says like, "Oh, you look cute,"
Yeah.
like if a guy says that, like, "You look cute,"
Yeah.
that's
I get
that's-
mad
that's
when the
almost-
guy does that.
But he says that?
He says like, "Oh, you look cute."
I don't get mad. You know me. I exaggerate. I don't get mad. I'm
I
just
slap
like,
him across the face
I know.
and storm
I'm
out.
like, get the fuck out of my house. No, I'm literally like, oh, I'm not hot. Like,
Right.
Why do I do that?
So-
you guys don't feel like that?
If he says like, you look cute. No, I'd be like, thanks.
That means hot.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just trying not to be crass.
Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Is like maybe he thinks I'm hot, but really they only say you're hot behind closed doors or unless they're
right,
in
because I
bed.
can't think of a guy, even
Why
though I
would he be
look
like,
hot,
"You're
being
hot"?
like, "You look."
Like he's probably wearing Ed Hardy somewhere, like at the mall eating a Wetzel pretzel.
I think
Right.
guys do tend to say like, you're so sexy instead of you're so hot. I call guys hot all the time. I'm always
Yeah.
like, you're so
Wait,
hot.
Ashley,
You're
should
so
we
hot.
tell
You're
everyone
so
what
hot."
happened Friday night?
What happened Friday?
What I did with no makeup on?
What did we do?
This is a good lead
it's
up.
gonna-
Oh my God! Yes, we do need to talk about this. But before we move on, I need to talk about like the beautiful versus hot.
Oh,
because
good one.
Beautiful's
Okay.
beautiful,
No.
gorgeous, and elegant are like the
No,
dream,
because
right?
I don't want to be like I don't want to be like so full of myself. But like growing up, I've been told,
Ashley, you're being
so
so full.
I don't know how to get around it without saying
I'm
it.
kidding.
I don't know how to get around it saying, but like people are like, you're so gorgeous and you're so beautiful, and then like. I hear that all the time, but I just want a guy to be like, you're hot. Because
I get that.
I never get that. Like, I don't feel like a guy wants me. It's like, oh, she's a pretty thing to look at, but like, I don't
totally
want her.
understand that. I don't think it's conceited. I
Yeah.
grew up like always being told like cute, pretty,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
You guys
And
are
then-
so weird. Beautiful is like the dream. Beautiful
No.
means like wife.
No, I
you-
disagree.
it's great. That's great. But like, I just want to be like, I need the word to be desirable.
Well,
But
that's
also-
what I was getting at originally. That like I want to be hot over being cute, but I would take beautiful.
Well, no,
any
there
day.
are men who are like, "Oh, you're so beautiful," and it's like, "Ew, don't
Yeah.
fucking touch me."
Wait,
you know what I'm
but
talking
I
about?
agree.
Sounds
It can be a little bit
slimy,
oddly.
guys.
It can be
can be
slimy.
slimy.
It can be
Beautiful,
weird.
beautiful particularly
Yes,
can be very
I know.
slimy.
Well, guys, it depends. The guy. It depends who the guy is.
I mean, this is pretty problems, you know.
Oh,
guys,
I know.
this conversation makes me want to
Pretty
throw
props.
up.
So hard being a conventionally attractive
So you
female.
agree? You agree?
God.
You think you're really pretty, Becca?
Yeah.
She just put that as
Fuck
her
yeah.
caption.
I mean, we were on
the
The Bachelor.
Yeah.
I wasn't. So clearly, I'm
Oh
ugly.
my god.
Yeah, but you're a producer,
Oh my
which
god. Okay,
means
we're
you have a
gonna
beautiful
move on
heart.
before we get in
Okay.
too much trouble.
Okay, can I tell everyone what
Talk
happened
about what you
Friday?
did the other night? Yeah.
Okay, so Becca, you don't know this, but
Okay.
in a previous podcast, we had a housewife of New Jersey come on. Her name's Siggy Flicker, and she is a relationship expert.
Is that a real name?
Yeah. Yes, her name is Siggy Flicker.
Like flicking a cigarette.
like
Siggy
flicking-
Flicker.
Yeah, like flicking
Yeah.
a cigarette.
That's Becca's new like drunk alter ego.
Dude,
Siggy
Siggy Flicker.
Flicker.
That's tight. Oh,
You're
I
so
love that.
beautiful.
She's no longer on the Jersey Housewives. She like
isn't?
left because it was too much drama for her.
Well, yeah, people get murdered from like the Jersey House.
that
Like
makes me so sad,
someone's
Ashley.
son-in-law
I didn't
got
know
like
that.
chopped up in a car. I mean, shit goes down.
Wait, what? Who got
Are you sure you're talking about Mob Wives?
Yeah, wrong show, Becca.
No, I swear, some old cast member of Jersey, of Real Housewives of New Jersey, her like son-in-law or stepson got found like chopped up in the back of someone's
my
car.
God.
Giudice? Damn, that's scary shit.
I mean, freaking
Well,
Teresa went to jail.
good thing Siggy got out then.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
So she was on.
So she was on. She listened to all of our, love lives at the time
Yeah.
and was giving us advice. And she's like, you guys really need to like start putting yourselves out there and like even walk up to guys and just compliment them. Just be like, you look so handsome.
Love that. Okay.
Yeah. And she's like, and if you happen to say like, you're so handsome and the guy has a ring on his finger and he's like, I'm married, then, just recover and say like, well, you're married. Like the woman you're married to is a very lucky lady.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
She's like, you need to go up to people. So, Ashley and I caught up Friday night. We went to this bar in LA, which we like never ever do. We never leave the couch or go out ever because we hate it.
Which part did you guys go
We
to?
still went to Belmont.
The Belmont.
It's not like we like went hard.
Yeah, we literally
got
had
drink.
mac and cheese, and like I didn't even get a drink. I don't think. So then Ashley and I are talking, and this man walks in. I have no makeup on, by the way, because I just came from an eyelash appointment and like was in pajamas. So like gross.
Okay, but also, Becca, we'll talk about skin later.
Yeah, I was
Look
gonna
at that
say- no,
motherfucker's
no. I know
skin.
she's wearing makeup,
She,
but
like,
that is
no.
smooth.
Anyways-
She is like, she thinks that she doesn't look good with makeup. I'm like, do you know what I would kill to look like that without makeup?
I went through that.
We'll
on
get
the
through
show
this
so
in a
much.
second.
Ooh, that makes me very angry. And we can talk about this later.
I'm
I'm
get
heated
murdered.
already. Okay.
I just didn't feel like my best self. Let's just put
Sure,
it that way.
sure.
So
I
this
get
guy
that.
walks
I get that.
in-
Fair.
This guy walks in, Becca, and Ashley, you can chime in. He was like a JFK Jr. mixed with Adrian Grenier, mixed with Harry Styles. He was
Mixed with a
tall.
little bit of Peter. Like, it was, name anyone
from
who's
The
like the
Bachelor.
hottest ever. Name anyone who's the
With
hottest ever.
dark-
Mix
dark
them
hottie.
together.
like
Yes.
dark
But he had
features,
green
but
eyes.
green eyes, and like a lot
Oh,
of
I'm
hair.
drooling.
Like
I'm
He had
drooling all
this
over
big
the mic.
lush hair on top.
like
and
so
was
much hair,
swooped
he'll
back.
never go
And
bald.
was he like late 30s? Like,
He was early 30s,
Okay.
probably. Maybe even
I
late
kinda like
20s. Yeah.
because I'm kind of into the mid 30s vibe.
I like.
Oh.
See,
I'm
I'm
with
like
you,
a
Becca.
little.
I like a little gray hair.
I'm a 35, 36er.
Because
And
he's like
I'm,
ready
like,
to have
be my
babies
age.
and like be a dad, and that's hot.
Yeah, and like you have a corner office. Like, let's talk.
Sure.
Anyway, so this magical man walks in, and me and Ashley were like, we haven't freaked out over a guy in a very long time. Ashley, that's not a celebrity. I don't think ever.
I barely
So
ever.
like instantly, you guys were.
This is
freaking
the
out
kind of
over
guy
this
you see once a year. It's like I feel like
once a year.
it's like Planet Earth, and it's like this creature came out of
And
came
then,
out
like,
of the
you see
cave.
all the women. It's like what women want, and when they all like turn and they're like, wow.
So was
like,
it? Were there other women in the bar noticing him?
Well,
No,
we
we
didn't
were
really look
looking.
at
I
other
wasn't trying to
people.
be as off. I was trying to not be as obvious.
Ashley,
as
you were
possible.
so obvious.
I
It
know.
was
There's
hilarious.
sometimes you're just like, that's such a specimen. You just have to look.
You know, like the term side eye? Like
Yes.
Ashley Iaconetti is next to that word in the dictionary. Like she was like side. I don't know how your eyeballs didn't pop out. Like my eyes hurt when I look to the side of my face. Literally, it's like hurting right now. Really? Anyway, so magical man walks in and Ashley keeps looking at him and I'm like, Ashley. And then we're like going to leave.
Picture like your pupils about to pop out
Right?
inside
Like,
your
don't
damn
do
head.
it. It fucking hurts. Like I don't know how you do it,
I know.
Ashley.
Sometimes you get sensitive.
Look, she
when
has
you
like
look that much
magical
side eye.
eye powers.
Ow, yeah.
She's like a villain in like the Power Rangers, you know, like
you
light
tilt your
lasers
chin
come out
down,
of it.
it's particularly
Anyway,
creepy.
so we're fucking eyeing the shit out of this guy, and he's talking to another guy. He wasn't there with another woman, and so I start talking to Ashley, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I haven't been dating. I've been hanging out with my big for a while, which is probably isn't great. Like, I need to get back out there.
Your big?
Maybe. Yeah, from like, do you watch Sex and the City? Just this guy that's been in my life for a
Okay.
while.
All right.
Irrelevant
Got it,
right
got
now.
it, got it.
So then, I'm like, maybe I should like go up to him and like practice like doing what Siggy said, you know, and just like say, I think you're really handsome. Like
Right.
maybe this is the first guy that we like practice with. And then
Wow, way to want to practice with.
so then I start chickening out, and then Ashley's like, are you going to do it? And Ashley comes up with the best line ever. Ashley, you came up with
Well,
it.
it was not a line. I just said it naturally. I go, that is the most intimidating guy I've ever seen.
So I walk up
I
to the
love
guy
that.
as we're leaving, and I go, I'm sorry. Just wanted to tell you, you're one of the most intimidating people me and my friend have ever seen. And he shook his head, and he's like, wow. He's like, thanks. He's like, are you leaving right now? And I go,
I know. He
And
goes, and you're leaving now?
Becca, and I literally go,
That was so hot. It was what a hot response.
Becca's like freaking out right now.
dying
Becca,
right
you know
now.
what I do? I go, yup, and then I walked out.
Yeah, she like suavely
Okay,
said,
honestly,
yeah, and walked out.
Wait, was I suave?
You were so
No,
suave.
even just saying yup, I don't care how you say it. I mean,
was
you could have
like,
just
yeah.
shrugged him and like yup, and then clicked your heels
That's
together.
how
It
she
still
did.
would have been
And
dope.
then, like, in my head, I'm like in a Nicholas Sparks movie and he's
Dude.
running after me, but like obviously that never happened.
no,
It
but
was
he
raining.
probably was just like, fuck yeah.
Guys, I'm really
He
proud of
probably-
myself.
No, he was. He felt so good about himself.
And
then-
also, he thought you were dope because you were just like, I'm not gonna. No,
I
that's
know,
just
but
what it is.
then here's the big question.
But then it's like if he liked
Is
me,
it-
he would have ran after
exactly.
me. You know?
No, and he would have ran after you after one line.
Wait, so what day and time was this?
This is a
well,
Friday.
you know, I don't know
We
if he's
need
going to
to-
be a frequent, but
the rare creature
Well,
will never return to
you
the
never
Belmont
know.
ever
Absolutely not.
Well,
again.
what if he's just like wondering if he's gonna run into you at the
No,
Belmont
well, I should go on
again
Misconnections on Craigslist.
you should go on Misconnections.
I'm telling you, Bex, I didn't look my greatest this day.
She looked absolutely beautiful.
That's okay. A woman
Beautiful.
with
Oh, I
no,
thought you
no,
didn't
no,
like
no,
the
no.
word beautiful.
No, you looked beautiful.
Oh, well, I don't like
you're
that word.
so
Fine,
actually.
you looked hot as fuck.
Naz,
Okay,
you're
thanks.
so beautiful.
Thanks, guys. All right, anyways, that was
No,
the
no,
story.
No,
But
but
it's
with
really
confidence, like, I mean, I think that is so. Here's the thing: a guy like that, who's a hot guy, who probably knows he's hot, probably has hot women coming up to him all the time.
yeah.
But a woman with confidence is something different because
Yeah.
there's 1,001 beautiful women in LA. But a woman,
And a woman who's going to walk away.
exactly. So
High five,
that's
guys.
dope.
Yeah.
you don't
That's
need
dope.
you don't need makeup
Air
for
high
that.
five.
See, now let me tell you this.
You're right,
This is
Becca.
the question. Now, did she blow an opportunity with the guy that was super hot that she should have just actually pursued just to be cool? Or did that just being cool moment give her enough confidence so that the next time maybe she'll stick around? I don't know. Like, it's just like a big
I
question.
think
like,
it's the latter. First of all, this guy had fuckboy written all over
I
him.
mean,
Like,
he had to be, and that makes me feel
women
better.
fawn over him. Like, I mean, it's just, what is that face? I can't even
Right.
describe it.
But then again, there's guys like Peter, for instance. Like, do you think he's a fuckboy, even though he's hot as fuck?
You know what? I don't, but like, I'm also about to unfollow
Is he?
him because he's like a little too workouty for me.
He's
Oh, it's so boring.
It's like, just show me your abs. No, I'm just kidding. That was so like.
Oh,
what's
did you
the
guys
opposite
see
of
he
being-
commented back on my post?
Oh, he did.
he totally did.
He totally wants it.
My thirst trap.
Ashley, Ashley,
If you can, if you want to tell everybody.
Yeah, so I posted my casting pic on Instagram
yeah, and you wrote
because
Peter
for my
on it.
casting pic I was so extra and I put Becca plus Peter and I was like
I put in my
topless in overalls.
Okay, yours was classy. Well, classy in like a very 80s.
I saw yours that you shared. It was so
Wait,
funny.
Oh yeah, you did see that? Okay, so we both did the same thing. You did yours towards Peter, and I did mine. Get this, towards Jeff Home.
I love that.
At the beginning, it says, "Please be like,
I
let
didn't
this
know that,
question
Ash.
plate be Jeff Home."
That's hilarious.
So then, what did Peter say?
So, yeah, Peter like commented, because in my caption, I was like, this isn't me hitting on old Pete. He's too busy cuddling with his dog and doing pull-ups.
Yeah,
or
I
something.
Which
remember
was
you wrote
also
that.
just the best wording when you know.
And then he commented and he was like, in her defense, she's a great cuddler. And I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a flirty response.
No DM though.
And then he commented again because he commented something else because I called him old, but I didn't reply. No DM. I mean, who cares? He's washed up at this point. Well, but hopefully he washes
So
up
am
on
I.
that beach.
So am
Anyways, well, since Bex, I know you have like a heart out and you got to go because you're amazing.
Sure.
There's shit going on. In
Girl
life.
on the go.
I would love to get on the topic of skin because I know you were
Oh,
super
yeah.
outspoken
we still have
about.
so much to talk about.
I know
Okay,
we love you.
Frick.
You have to come back on the
Part
podcast,
two.
first of all. You know, just your journey and like with cystic acne. I know Ashley's been through the same, and a lot
Yeah.
of people commented in our Facebook group and have wanted this to be a topic. And
Oh,
I just
yeah.
feel like you guys are so relatable to so many people. So I think we should talk about it.
Yeah. Tell me about your journey.
Well, first of all, when I went on The Bachelor and after it, you know, my skin is in a good place because it was after my third round of Accutane.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Accutane is basically like a last resort prescription medication. I didn't start getting acne until I was about 18 or 19. I had perfect skin literally through junior high, high school, all growing up. And then it just suddenly went haywire. My hormone levels are normal, which people always ask. And basically I can't figure out why my skin does what it does. But basically, like, I mean, right now it's good. I share pictures on my story and stuff sometimes, and I'll get like, I have breakouts, maybe like 5 or 6 pimples, but honestly, that's so good. I think I showed photos at some point, but like I've had years where my skin is literally like, my whole face is literally covered in bumps and acne, which is so
You don't
hard.
scar, which is really nice.
Well,
Yeah, your face looks great.
I've also So after Accutane, I've gone on Retin-A every time too, which also really helps with scarring. And I wear a lot of sunblock. But I generally deal with scarring for 6 to 9 months after. So yeah, but I'm starting to break out again, which is really scary because I went off of Accutane in like September, and then this is usually when it starts hitting again. This is like 6 or 7 months after.
7 months after.
So I'm at the point where like I can't go on Accutane anymore, which is really, really scary.
Why? You can only do it a certain amount of time.
It's super harsh. 3 times is a lot.
Normally wipes it out after 1.
Yeah.
I know it's harsh because I had a friend from back home that was on it. You can't drink alcohol. Like, it's completely life-changing,
It's
right?
super, your skin like peels off and just like basically like your whole face is just peeling for like 6 months. And you have to be like, you're legally mandated to be on 2 forms of birth control. And like, it's absolutely insane.
Right.
But, yeah, and the only reason my skin is like still pretty good is because, to be honest, I saved a bunch of my Accutane, and so just like when I'm breaking out, I'll like take one. Which I'm not advising that you do this because you should do it under the supervision of a doctor. But I'm like, well, I'm going to take medication in my own hands. Not smart, but anyway, yeah. So it's kind of super difficult, and I don't think people really understand how truly demoralizing it is unless they've gone through severe acne. I'm not talking about like a few pimples on your chin, like
right.
And I think Ashley, you know what that feels like too.
I mean, I had friends who like would suggest all these things, or like maybe you're just doing too much, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, and I'm like, no, like you don't understand. Like I'm going to the dermatologist, I'm getting treated for this, and you're like not getting it. And because you've like never dealt with this kind of emotional pain of acne, you like truly don't get it. So like the best thing you can do if you are a friend of somebody with acne is to say nothing.
Yeah.
Unless they're not going to a dermatologist, in which case you should suggest they go to the dermatologist and nothing more.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. What are some of the feelings you guys would like go through? Like as an adolescent, because I feel like a lot of girls listening are probably like teenagers, and like what advice would you give them?
So for me, like I never had perfect skin like through my teen years or anything, but yeah, it was like a couple pimples here and there. Like, you know, maybe I had like 3 on my face
normal
at a time.
Stuff,
yeah, like normal growing up things. And then when I was 23, it just exploded into cystic acne, which is just like these marbles like all over like my cheeks and chin. Mine is hormonal, which is actually a blessing because
you can take spironolactone.
I take spironolactone every day, 75 milligrams. I'm on birth control, orthotricycline, which is like the only proven birth control for acne.
Yeah, I was on orthotricycline too.
That stuff cleared me up. I was also on deoxycycline for 5 years, and I just weaned myself off of it a couple months ago. And then I use Retin-A every night or every other night, and then I use clindamycin phosphate every morning. So it's like I'm highly medicated for it. Yeah. And if I wasn't on that stuff, like I would probably still be the same.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because I was on literally almost the same thing. I was on orthotricycline low, doxycycline. I was on aminocycline.
Yeah, I was on aminocycline.
Epiduo, like the whole thing. I also don't eat meat or dairy, which people always suggest. I pretty much eat all plant-based.
I always try to stay away from dairy. Like I do eat plenty of cheese, but like I'll never snack on yogurt because I know it's not good for it.
I will say that like I remember the beginning of or midway through college, it was so bad where I literally would not go out to parties. And
so like, that's how I was.
And even with, people don't understand, even with makeup, you've got all this texture and it hurts. That's another thing people don't understand. It's not just psychological pain. Yeah. It's also sometimes physical pain where it hurts to wash your face at the end of the night. Like your face is raw, taking off your makeup. Yeah. And I think I didn't really start to accept it until like last spring. Actually, I was dating a guy while I had really severe breakout, and it was actually he met me when I wasn't wearing makeup and was like interested in me and would always like be attracted to me even when I wasn't wearing makeup, and that actually really helped me to like overcome that and realize that if I just keep approaching the world with confidence in myself, and like I started going kind of like as an exercise, I'd start going to parties without any makeup on.
That's great.
Great. Which was really hard,
like, inspirational.
But after you do it, you're like, people see past your skin.
Yeah.
People see past your face.
Yeah.
And they'll usually like respect you more for it.
Yeah.
So.
And not to be vain on top of that, but to what you were saying with the whole makeup on top of it, it looks I think sometimes it looks worse.
Yes.
To have like a ton of makeup on top of like all the lumps.
Yeah. Not to mention it's not good for your skin.
Yeah, and it's not good. So, back when I had it, I couldn't socialize. Like I would go out of the house if I really, really needed to, and I'd be so upset when I was. And for me, it was only like at that peak bad phase for 4 months until everything started kicking in because like thankfully I was put on. I didn't go on Spirno until like a year in, but that birth control like helped me so much. Yeah, it was bad. So anyway, we feel you out there. We like feel your pain, and
you're not alone.
And just make sure you're going to the derm.
Well, also, did you see those pics of Kendall Jenner like at the awards?
Yeah,
with her
the
makeup
Golden
on?
Globes. Where
She had some. You can tell her skin is bad.
Yeah,
but she's very open about it, and it's
she's
great.
being open about
and
it too.
I think that's what's so cool about that is it's like. It makes me feel better. I feel really sorry for her, but I know the frustration of like sometimes like she has all the money in the world essentially.
And she still can't figure it out.
And she still can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, girl, I know how that feels. Like think about it. She could have an esthetician traveling with her 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And a dietitian, you know, creating every meal for her. But like I mean, I feel it.
And what's cool is she doesn't like when people like Photoshop it and stuff too.
That's really cool. Good for her.
Yeah, that's really good.
Guys, well, that was amazing. Well, Bex, before you go, I understand that you guys have a mutual friend in common.
I mean, should we really do this?
We're fucking doing it.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I don't actually know if this is a good
Guys,
idea.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good idea either.
A guy that ghosted Ashley.
Becca's not sure
I don't know
either.
if this is a good idea.
You're gonna call Ash then.
No, but then she literally can't get his haircut by
No.
them.
Becca's not gonna call him. You're gonna call him.
Yeah, but
But then
how do you think he's not going to put 2 and 2 together?
No,
he was
you're
like, oh, you, but he was like, oh, you were on The Bachelor. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No, I think this is what we should do.
Fine,
So,
I'll call him just because he's not going to answer.
here's the thing. Ashley got ghosted by a guy that Becca happens to know. We're not going to say his name. So originally, Becca was going to call and be like, I'm with Ashley. But obviously,
my
that's
God.
so mean.
No,
we
we
would
can't do
never
that.
do that.
That's
not a good idea.
cringy.
So, Ashley, I think you should just call him and try and confront
this
your
is
ghoster.
so
and Becca will
cringy.
just
He's like the only guy who's genuinely ghosted me.
and also like, knowing
do-
him,
we
this
do
is
a
like so
segment-
cringy.
I know.
do a
Is he going to
segment.
be like really awkward? He's going to be really awkward.
Guys,
just
we're
like-
doing it. We do a segment called Ghostbusters.
Okay.
We haven't done one in a very long time because we haven't been able to get a
It's
hold of a
so
ghoster.
cringy.
But we confront people's ghosters on the
I'm trying to think if
podcast.
I've ever gotten ghosted.
Do you have someone we can call and say, why did you ghost Becca?
That's so, oh my god, this makes me so uncomfortable. No, I don't think anyone's actually ever. I can't think of anybody offhand.
I think we should just call him real
Okay, fine, Naz.
my God.
Where is the adapter?
I have one.
Okay, give it to me, I guess. So let's give some context. This guy used to do, I met him because he gave me an influencer haircut.
When
let's
was
be honest. I first met him.
The fact that you just called it an influencer.
Well,
that's what he
haircut.
does. I
Her
got one
influencer haircut.
You guys, that is not a term. That is not a term.
Yeah, there's a lot of influencer things. By the way, when do I get my influencer facials?
Oh, yes, you can get them anytime. I think so.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But listen.
Because I'm at like over 400. Okay.
Okay, great. That's a great number for me to pitch to them.
Oh, nice, Bex. Tell people to follow me.
Okay, let's take that part out.
Anyway.
Take that like the influencer facials because then we really
No, that's great.
Really?
We're not taking it out.
funny.
It's staying in.
Okay.
So obnoxious.
It's okay.
Okay, you guys, we're
are ridiculous.
sorry.
You're ridiculous.
We're ridiculous. Now I met him September 2016.
Okay.
And I thought he was really hot.
He is hot.
He was super. Yeah, she thinks he's super hot.
He's a good-looking guy.
Yeah. And then it was like flirtatious for a while. And we like hung out a couple times as like flirty friends. And then he like totally stopped talking to me after he like really played up the fact that like this could actually be something. And then he asked
Classic.
me on a formal date after like 4 months of not talking to
So
me.
this is like early 2017?
Yes.
Okay.
And we went on such a good date, like a fancy ass, like $350 Italian dinner date. And
Okay.
it was just like romantic and the conversation was so good. And I was like, wait a second, this could like actually be something. And then of course he kept saying stuff like, I want to do this again. Like we got to do this again. Why
Right.
haven't I seen you in so long? Like, but only like on Instagram when he pop up and say that. And then June comes around. Never saw him after that March date. And then he's like, let's like actually do it. Like, I'm like, yeah, let's actually see each other
so you
after
guys just
3
been
months.
texting back and forth? in
Not
that
very,
time?
not
Like-
very much.
Okay.
No. I would say like every couple weeks.
Had
he'd
you
pop
tried to
up.
initiate anything or not?
Yeah, it was
really?
like
I mean,
50-50.
Okay, yeah.
And then we went out on our second official date in June where we like made out and it was just like really good. And he was like, I'm in the right place in my life right now to really have a relationship.
Whoa.
And like, I think like this could really be something. Like I haven't felt this way. I haven't kissed a girl like this in the longest time.
Whoa, he said
Yes,
all this shit?
this stuff.
And we were like, you know, we as in me and Lauren were like, damn, Ashley, like this is probably the closest she had ever gotten at that point to like something legitimate, right?
I mean,
for
for somebody really wanting to lock it down with me who I really liked.
like we were all really excited. We were
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all on the sidelines. It was like Tyra Banks. Like we were counting on you.
Yeah, and then we went away. Both of us went away for
So
2
June was
weeks.
when you had the make out nice date.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And then we went we both were away for like 2 weeks. And we were texting each other and we're like, can't wait to see you on this specific day.
Yeah.
And we like had a date planned out and he was going to come over and we were just going to get like Postmate. We were going to literally do the Postmates and chill thing.
Sure.
Because I was like, take this a little bit,
Yeah.
make this a little sexier. And
That's so cringy.
Time to
so
pop
cringy.
the cherry.
So cringy. So then the day rolls around and he's like, he texts me the night before, are we still on for tomorrow? And I go, yeah. Come over at this time or come over after work.
Like
whatever.
all good signs,
All
right?
good
Like
things.
you're
Like,
like
he texted
excited
me the
because
day
you're like,
before.
he's confirming.
Yeah.
You don't even have to.
Okay.
confirm.
Yeah, all great. So then
This is actually kind of crazy.
yeah, then he's a half an hour late and I text him like ETA.
Yeah.
And he didn't respond. And I go, what? Okay. And then
And Ashley cleaned her whole
I
apartment.
cleaned my
this
apartment.
day.
I got wine.
She
and
got
cheese.
charcuterie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was like really cute. And then I guess I let it go for another half an hour where he was like an hour late, and I called him and no answer. And then it's been almost a year now, so it's a little blurry the details. But he eventually ended up posting on Insta story that he was like at some party with these 2 influencer boys, and I'm like, okay. I call again, no
he
answer.
literally just upgraded his plans. Like that. Like he
I
just-
know. I know. It was so crazy.
Ashley's at home by herself with salami and a fucking candle,
Yeah.
and this guy's like out skateboarding with people in Venice.
Yeah, it
right?
was in Venice. It was like
He was
obviously like
literally-
at the beach
God.
area, and I'm like, that is very far from your salon.
So then Ashley calls me and tells me he's ghosting, and then you call Lauren.
So then I call Lauren, who
You're
my
gonna die,
sister.
Becca.
So this guy is from my home county.
Yeah. Oh God.
He's from my home county, which is like one of the things we bonded over. And then Lauren was home.
was
so
home in Virginia.
she
They're
was
from
going to go.
Virginia.
I think he had Lauren's number too because he was pretty friendly with Lauren. But she called from the 703 number from home that he
Right.
didn't know. And
Right.
he has also that area code.
Yeah.
And
You're gonna die,
So
Becca.
then he answers Lauren's phone
Lauren
call.
calls him
Hadn't
and he
answered my text or my phone call in about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then
Lauren
goes,
goes-
why are you ghosting Ashley? And then he goes, I'm not ghosting Ashley. And she goes, then what are you doing? And he's like, I only know who is this? Who is this? And she's like, why are you ghosting her? And then he hung up.
I'm literally crying laughing right now. It wasn't funny at the time, but like this is so
No,
funny
I mean,
now.
I thought it was funny at the time because one, I liked him, but I probably knew he wasn't my husband.
Right.
So whenever you know that, it's like
You can take
easier
everything with
to
a grain
let
of salt. It's
easier
like-
to let everything go. I was
Also,
like,
that's
I can't
so
believe
cringy.
yeah.
But also her
So
sister
cringy.
called and goes, why are you ghosting Ashley?
I know. That's the
So-
part that's so cringy.
Ended up saying this 3 hours
oh my
later.
gosh, you still have this?
3 hours later. He's
This
oh,
is-
yeah.
This is almost
text
a year
messages?
ago.
Yeah, you guys, I save all my texts.
I delete that
Receipts,
shit.
bitches.
Yeah, I don't delete them either, actually, just in
Well,
case you needed reference in the future. So actually, I totally understand.
Well, I screenshot, so if anyone broke into my iCloud.
Ooh.
But
Yike.
but yeah, I definitely don't have text messages from like a year ago.
Really?
Slows
I
down your
so do.
phone.
That's true, but it's
Slows
worth it
that
for
shit
me.
down.
I like it. Also, I like how you can go into the info details and see all the photos you've ever sent between two people.
Yeah, so if I sent you a picture, it's like there. Yeah,
from like
I
a year
agree.
ago.
I agree. All right.
I just got a text message from somebody in the building next to me going, "This is a neighbor in the building across from you. I hear your dog howling all day and night. This has been going on for months and months. Do something about this or else I'll be forced to call animal control."
Animal control.
And I go, "What? He doesn't bark?"
But Gergie barks.
Not when we're home and stuff. And he'll
No,
bark
he
when there's...
barks when you're not there.
He
clearly.
does when people walk by, but only for like 2 minutes.
Maybe a lot of people walk by or noises.
No, it's like 3 times a day does he catch somebody walking by.
I don't know. That would annoy me if that person that lived right there, their dog barked every 2 minutes. They weren't there and I was like trying to nap. I hate that. I do.
Naz, you know that Gergie he barks at periods, but he doesn't do it.
Well, how do you know you're not home? What if he barks all the time?
I know because when I get home, he's not barking. Like when I'm downstairs, he's not barking.
Right. Well, that's kind of fucking extreme for them to say. We're going to call animal control.
Yeah. People give empty threats like that all the time.
People are so rude.
People are so dumb.
Okay.
But also, what are they going to do? They don't even live in your building.
No, that's the thing. People, people are so nuts.
Yeah.
People are so annoying.
One time I hit somebody in the McDonald's parking lot and like left a note because I was late for class and like with my info, and he calls and he's like, "That's a hit and run. I'm going to call the police. They're going to come to your school and arrest you."
You left a note.
Okay.
Wait, guys, everyone's going to kill us that we didn't finish this story.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. Okay.
But it's like, it's not a hit and run.
I found
my
it.
info.
It's not even a run. I left a
Idiot.
note.
I know they're not going to come arrest me, bitch.
And I left you 2 chicken nuggets, bro.
Okay.
Okay, so Ash,
Should we just resume now?
yes.
We are
Okay.
resuming.
All right.
God.
So this is what he says.
This is
3
a long
hours
tangent.
later.
Tangent
No, this is a
City.
long podcast.
People are like, tell us, call the guy.
All right, this is 3 hours later. Dude, I'm literally the worst. I told my assistant 3 times to text you, and she said she did.
Tell you. I'm sorry. This is.
No, I know.
The douchiest
Absurd.
text I've ever
This
heard.
is so LA. This is so
I
LA.
know it's the most. It needs to be like on some LA
Overheard LA.
overheard LA thing.
My
Yeah.
assistant forgot.
Okay, my
to
assistant
ghost
forgot to, and then I come.
My assistant forgot to ghost you. It's like, are you fucking kidding me?
And then she. Okay, come to realize she doesn't even have your number. I got surprised with a birthday party today by all my friends, and I've been in Manhattan Beach. When your sister called, there's no periods or anything in here. When your sister called, it was the first time I got to see my phone. I thought that you were aware all day. I'm such a shit. I had no idea. I also had no idea about today's party. And just now I'm heading home. It's such a long, complicated story, but I literally thought you knew.
The fact that somebody has to defend themselves to this length means they're lying up their ass.
I know, right?
All you have to say is like, "Oh my God, I am so sorry. I totally forgot."
No, all you have to do is
Not
like
even.
call.
All
Not
you-
send like a novel of an excuse.
Oh,
like
so
call
true.
and be like, "Hey,
Well-
I'm an asshole. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm so sorry I
call
canceled."
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
or
totally
even
that.
just like, can we please reschedule? I'm so sorry.
Okay, there is that, but like he's saying that when Lauren called was the first time he saw his phone, but then he didn't see the text and the missed calls from me and immediately called me then. Anyway, it goes on.
Yeah.
Okay, so I even
let's
wanted to
call
say
him.
no. So I go,
my God, I'm gonna
you
die.
picked up her call and blatantly ignored mine, and then he goes, "That's what I'm saying."
That's
My
what I'm
phone
saying. I'm an
was
asshole.
gone all
My
day.
assistant forgot to ghost your
My-
sister.
That wasn't me on the phone. That was my assistant talking to your
Oh,
sister.
that was
She-
a Casper.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I had my phone for the first time. They had my phone all day. Dude, I'm wasted. Let me call you tomorrow and explain.
Okay, I do believe that. I was
Okay.
thinking this whole time, like, dude is probably fucked
Oh,
up all day.
absolutely,
And
I'm
just kind of
sure.
was like, I'll deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah, no, and then
But also, did you guys have a date on his birthday?
no, his birthday was 2 weeks prior.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway.
so
I just
then,
spit in the mic
so
a
then
little hard.
he goes, "Ask my assistant." I kept saying all day,
Ask
make
my
sure,
assistant.
make sure. Well, he's using her name. I'm trying to.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
kept,
good to know.
I kept saying, make sure Ashley knows.
I'd
And
like it way
then-
better if he was like, talk to my PA. Yes. Here's her contact.
The concierge will ghost you tomorrow.
Have your
He
people
go-
call my people.
Seriously.
So then 2 days later, he never called. And I could have been like the bigger fuck you person and just never said anything. But I also wanted to be like, fuck you.
Yeah, so now you're going to
So-
call me a year later.
So then 3 days later, I go, thanks for the call.
I mean, that's like fair,
And
to be honest.
And
Yeah.
he never responded. I never heard from him again, except for when he goes, "Hey y'all, it's so and so, your favorite hairstylist. Wanted to remind you that I've temporarily moved to another salon." In a group message.
You're on an automatic mailing list. Well, his assistant remembered your number that time.
That's
she,
right.
she made sure to loop you in.
Apparently, you're in the
Yeah.
mailing list for 10% off for an influencer fucking haircut. All right, let's call
he's
him.
a great hairdresser.
Becca's got to go. I got to
We
go.
all see Becca's hair, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, Becca's hair. I can't.
I got to go back to my old girl, though. I mean, gotta remember your roots.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
pun intended.
that was really good.
Very cute. Okay.
Go back to my roots.
Oh my god!
I really hope to God he
I hope he doesn't respond to you. To be honest,
I really hope he picks
I'm just
up.
doing this for Nas. What's the what do
What
I
are you
dial
gonna
first?
say?
Star 67.
Wait, what are you gonna say?
We'll figure it out, I guess. Hi, I want to know why you ghosted me is a good start.
Oh my god!
Bex, this is what we do.
Oh my god! This makes me so uncomfortable.
No, but
I know.
this is-
I see your swipe
Bex,
up stuff.
people
Like,
need to be called out.
well,
this is an epidemic.
yeah, but that's when
going
you
on in the
screenshot and
world.
put it on Twitter. You don't call them on.
No,
your
I think that's
podcast.
worse, like,
but that's what I
written.
did. That's why I said that.
I love you.
I
About
would be
Ari.
like, are you willing to be on a
about that.
podcast about ghosting?
Ha! Are you gonna say who you are?
Oh, yeah, I think you do have
Yeah.
to tell him.
I can't believe you have the balls to do this. Oh,
Yeah, and if he says no and hangs up, then it's fine. But I
Yeah.
think you do have to say that by law.
you do.
Just so everyone knows we're not doing this just to screw someone over.
Hey, you're on a radio show. Is it okay if you're recorded?
Yeah.
This is Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah, I know. We should write
quality assurance.
You guys, I'm going to call and I'm going. I'm very scared.
hit the green button.
Fine.
I'm starving.
Oh my god, I hate this. I'm gonna throw up.
You have to be quiet.
Oh my god.
Hopefully he doesn't answer block numbers. Okay, that's enough.
No, let it ring.
Okay.
Let it ring.
3 rings. I'm done.
No, Ashley, let it ring.
I hate this. 4 rings. I'm done.
No, just one more.
Thankfully, he's probably cutting hair right now.
Just let it go to voicemail.
He's probably too busy doing like M. Rada's hair right now
absolutely.
or something.
Why does it keep ringing and not going to voicemail? That's
Well,
terrible.
he doesn't have
wait,
a voicemail.
Just wait.
It's going to say his name. You're going to cut it out. Do. The person here.
Okay.
Whoa.
All right, Ashley, you
failed.
did it. High five.
I did it. You guys, I
can
dialed the
breathe
number.
again.
Becca, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, you guys. This was
welcome.
so fun. You definitely
great.
have to come back.
I will.
Hey,
I
guys.
love you.
Love you too.
Shout out to our elder, Millie, on the
Who?
Facebook page.
Oh,
Our elder.
Yeah.
I was like, who are you talking about?
Yeah. Millie is inducted as an elder, along with Courtney.
What's an elder?
Well,
this is
on the
fun.
Crystalia podcast, he crowns an elder. We can come up with our own, like our Die
yeah,
Harder. Or
you have to. We already came up with one last
the
podcast.
diehards,
No,
yeah.
no, we came up with the new one. Remember
What
the
is-
Clueless?
Was I there though?
Oh,
No, what
maybe
is it?
were you there?
No, not during the first 5
Okay,
minutes.
so now our fandom is called the Clueless.
Really?
Yeah, because
okay.
it's called I Don't Get It podcast.
Cute.
So they're called the Clueless.
Oh, the Clueless.
So shout out to
How about the
Millie.
Cluelessers?
Oh, Clueless.
Okay, fine.
Asiffers.
You like which one? What do you like better?
What's the other one?
This podcast is way too
Cluelessers
long.
or the Clueless.
I think the Clueless is cleaner.
I like the Clueless. It's
Okay,
kind of
fine.
like it's
Okay,
got
fine.
like.
But tell us
mystique.
what you guys think in the Facebook group if you like it or hate it.
if
And
you've listened
not,
to this point.
if you're still here, we love you guys.
I think they're in.
Bye. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Subscribe.
Bye.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Babes and Babies, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.